Do my business? Don't do that!
And I really wanna know when you where I was at back, where the stash at.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my video. As you can see, I'm in my my first video set. Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm loud, and y'all gotta excuse my face because I had allergic reaction for the first time to some Skittles. It's not okay, but it's okay. And I got my new jacket on. I can't wear it nowhere, but I'm gonna wear it somewhere. So today's video is about my top 10 horror movies. And these are basically my top 10, my top 10. I want to explain these, some of them, what it's about, just a little bit. So where should I begin? Oh, number 10, of course. Cricket. Okay, so let's start off with number 10, of course. Eli. No. So Eli is about, okay, it started off as their parents were going out for their anniversary, but their babysitter wasn't answering, so they had to get a new babysitter. The parents didn't feel comfortable leaving the babysitter at home, leaving their kids home with the babysitter, but of course they did anyway. So as the new babysitter comes, there's 3 main kids. You have the main boy, the little girl, and the little boy. Okay, so as she comes in the house, everything starts off nice and sweet. They start playing games and all that, and then things start getting weird. So that's when the main boy, I forgot his name, but he started getting curious. He was like, I don't know if this is right babysitter, I don't know what's going on. So as you know, the babysitter isn't who she's supposed to be, but she's there for one thing. Now, the one thing I'm not going to say because that's going to be a spoiler. But the one thing she's there for, she's very dedicated to taking it. But as you know, she's not going to get it. So basically, the movie is about the babysitter and the little boy and what the woman wants. See, that's that. That movie is actually good. It's actually good, though. It's actually really good. Okay, so number 9. Number 9 on my list is actually, I'm gonna Deadly Detention. I'm gonna switch those two out. It's Deadly Detention. Okay, so Deadly Detention is about 5 students. Okay, you know how, it's about 5 students and a teacher, but she's not that important. So they have detention on a Saturday, but since something was wrong with the school, they had to go to the prison. So, that's kind of, and when I first seen that, that's kind of weird anyway, to be at a prison on detention, a big dumb prison too, an old prison. So, as they're, she took their phone, she took their stuff, they're in the classroom, and next thing you know, they see the teacher at the door trying to come in. So, of course, they didn't let her in because, I don't know, I can't remember. I think they was trapped in there. But then, she ended up dying when they opened the door opened, nobody was there. So basically, it's them trying to escape a prison because there's a killer on the loose. But how he's killing them is for gas. Say example, gas. They'll be in a room and they gotta fight. It's something like an escape room. Something like an escape room. But they all don't really get along, so they have to work together for everybody to survive. So that's why I put that down there for number 9. So, number 8. Number 8 is personally my favorite, one of my favorites. I just put it lower because, I have other favorites too. So, Death Note. Let me tell you about Death Note. Death Note is okay, so it all started when the book, it all started when the book fell from the sky, and Nick got the book. And he read it and it said Death Note. So, he put it in his backpack. So, as he has the book, he ended up getting into a fight for a girl. Because of a girl. He was trying to protect her. So with that being said, he had detention. So while he was in detention, he was checking out the book. And all of a sudden, the owner of the book, Ryuk, came. And he was telling them about the book. So whoever name you put in the book and how you want them to die, they die instantly. So while Nick is reading this book, he's like, maybe he can save the world, killing everybody who killed crimes. Neil killed over 400,000 people in this book. So, let's jump back to the girl he was protecting. They ended up getting close, and he told her about the book. So, they were dating. And they end up, like I just said, they ended up getting together. So he told her about the book. And she started falling in love with the book more than Nick. So that was kind of strange. And then you have the main enemy. I don't know his name because they wouldn't tell him his name. So they didn't have the name, so they couldn't kill him. But at the end, it's a very good kick between the guy who doesn't know your name, the one who don't know the name, the girlfriend, and Nick. It's a big twist at the end. That's what makes it so good. Like, y'all gotta check that one out. So, the next one on my list, number 7, is In the Tall Grass. Now, I'm basically telling you how it started, but also telling you what it's about, I think. So, this all started with a pregnant woman named Betty and her brother Travis. They're both on the road. About to go somewhere. I think they're about to move or something. So they pulled up because Betty was feeling car sick, like she had to throw up. And they heard a name calling in the tall grass. And Betty asked Travis, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" He said, "Yeah, it's like a little boy calling out for help," which he was. He was calling out for help. So Travis ended up going in the grass, and he couldn't find the boy. Well, he ended up going in the grass, and then Betty followed after looking for Travis. But while Travis was he Charlie? It was either Charlie or Betty. They found the little boy who was crying out for help. So they found them, and then I guess they were trying to get out of the tall grass, but they couldn't. So they all were lost. And then a man came, and he was acting kind of weird. So it was like the man was worshiping a rock, and the rock was the main brain of the tall grass. So in the tall grass. So basically the man was trying to kill people who was in the tall grass. He even killed his wife. If I'm saying it correctly, I can't really remember, but I'm telling you based on what I seen. This is a good movie, especially towards the end. Like, this is a good movie, but this movie is very confusing because it's like, okay, so the boy's in the tall grass, then the woman comes. Oh, no, the boy's in the tall grass, then the boy comes, then the woman. Then it switch up. The woman comes, then the brother, then the boy. That was an example, but it's like very confusing, but it's a good movie. Check it out. Number 6, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Now, this is a scary movie. Okay, this is really scary. So, it all started a dead body, a woman named Jane Doe. So, there was 2 men doing an autopsy on Jane Doe. And they found out it was like her hand was broken, her wrist was torn up, she didn't have they took her tongue out, they was just really messing up her body. So it was trying to hard figuring out what happened to her. So as they figure out what's happening to her, things start getting strange and weird. It's like she was dead, but also alive. So like I was saying, the more they were figuring out about her, the more weird stuff was happening. So when they actually found out what happened, it was like a little creature out just killing people. Killing them back to back to back to back. It's very scary. It's very scary. Y'all gotta check that one out for sure. The next one is 5, The Silence. I think it's Silence. Silence or Silencer. But The Silence. Okay. So this movie right here, basically what I remember is like, okay, there's a family on the road in a truck. Oh, you ever heard the Bird Box? I'm pretty sure. But the Bird Box, if you see, you dead. So if you're behind, you dead. Okay. And like The Quiet Place, you make a sound. You know what? This movie is kind of like The Quiet Place because once you make a sound, those little creature ugly things coming. They coming. It's something like The Quiet Place. So if you make a sound, then you dead. This is basically about this movie. There's more stuff which you're going to play in the video that I honestly forgot, but I'm going to play it. So, that concludes that. Oh, okay, number 4, Train to Busan. This is a Korean movie, and if you know me, then you know I like K-pop and Korean movies and K-drama and all that. So, what I'm saying, just because you don't like this don't mean you don't watch it. This one is honestly a good movie. it's basically everybody's on the train, right? And where a girl zombie comes on the train, and she started biting people. So people getting infected, right? So it's a long train. People trying to get off the train and live and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So once she get on the train, everybody started turning to a zombie and stuff. So then you get transferred to the main cast, which is this man and this little girl. So they're trying to survive the apocalypse and everything. They was all up in the mall with it, running around, biting, killing people, getting back on the train. I guess the train was the only way they can do to live. So as they're on the train, the main cast, which is the boy and the man and the little girl, they're basically trying to survive. So they're fighting, kicking, they trying to survive. So then it gets towards the end, and it's like that movie honestly made it's a good movie. Okay, so the third one, did I skip something? No, the third one, Before I Wake. Me personally, this is a good movie. Before I Wake. Okay, so it's based. Okay, wait a minute, start. Okay, so the parents, man and woman, they married, but they had a child, and the child died. So I guess they were very hurt, but they were gonna open up and go look for adoption. So they adopted the little boy. We gonna call him John. They adopted the little boy John, and as John started living with them, they started realizing that John wasn't like all the other kids, When he went to sleep, things got weird. They started seeing their dead child walking around the house. And once they seen that, John woke up and the boy disappeared. So first, before they seen the child, it was butterflies. That's how you know when he's asleep. So they seen the child and he woke up and he was gone. So he was like, I'm sorry. And that's when they started wondering, what is he talking about? So then the next night happened again. And the woman started realizing that John was actually doing it. So she would try to drug him just so they could see his child. But the twist also had a nightmare. This tall, scary thing who was killing things and people. So it was like a price to pay. So that thing ended up taking the husband. And she tried to get him back. But she couldn't. But at the end of the movie, you realize that he was all this whole time, he was just a little boy who needed a mother. That's why they moved. I probably didn't explain that one good, but the video will explain what was good. So, my second one, this movie, I'm telling you, this movie is really good. You gotta watch this. Most people probably watched it. It's called The Boy. The Boy. So, The Boy is about a doll. So let me take y'all back with the people who was watching the doll, caring for the doll. Okay, so it was the mother and the dad, I want to say grandparents, was caring for the dog, and they were looking for a babysitter to take care of the dog. So they spent hard enough money, so this woman started watching the dog. You know what I'm saying? So she started watching the dog. She was like, well, it's just a dog, she can get money. So when she started watching the dog, she was doing everything she was doing everything that the grandparents told her to do with the dog, treat the dog like a real boy. The whole time, she's like, this ain't no real dog. And she was telling them that it was. The grandparents were telling her that it was. So, as she started caring for the dog was actually doing things like a real boy. If she put a bowl of cereal in front of him, she'll come back and that bowl of cereal was gone or empty. Nothing was in it. So she started, thinking she was losing her mind because the dog would be moving places and stuff. It'll be acting like a real boy, but never when she was around. So, toward the end of the movie, she actually started believing that the dog was a real boy, and she started taking care of the dog like an actually real boy. That he was. So, towards the end of the movie, you're going to realize what's really what and who was really who. And when you figure that out, it's a big kick twist. So, that's why it's actually kind of good. It's good. I like movies that got twists in it. It's really good, though. Y'all got to check that out. Now, my number one favorite movie of all times, can't nobody compare to, don't try to argue with me about it because it's number one. Number one is Hush. Hush will be the best movie you ever watch in your lifetime. Imagine it. A deaf woman and a killer. It don't get no more better than that. Imagine the plot. This movie I can't even explain, but this one though movie that is so good you can't explain. That's how good it is. That's why y'all gotta watch it. Honestly. So I'm gonna put that video down there because I don't got that much to say about it. This movie is so good, y'all, honestly. Peace out. Okay. So, that will conclude my video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know something. Peace out.
When I get back that, and I really wanna know where you where I was at, where the stash at.